All right, guys, week 8 is here. Good middle of the regular season week here, rivalry week, as we've already seen. Got some good starts for some people out on Thursday Night Football. So, without further ado, first matchup we got DT and Jared. Sorry, Jared didn't have to wait long for this one. Um, I worry about Olave, like maybe being sat for a quarter after his arrest and all that, but we'll see. I mean, otherwise, it should be in a good matchup. Herbert's going to feast on Chicago. Jalen Warren and Kenneth Walker do have some tough matchups this week against Jacksonville run defense and Cleveland defense. So I do like Nico, though, especially with Robert Woods. Looks like he's going to be out a couple of weeks here. Smith has been underwhelming, but the rest of his team is stacked. Worry about Pittman. That's for Jarrett, obviously. Devontae Smith. The rest of his team's stacked, but Smith's been underwhelming. Pittman against New Orleans defense. I mean, individually corners, I don't know. They got a good team defense. Singleton, he's not ranked very high, but he's been consistent AF. I mean, like about 10, 11 points a week. So that's pretty solid and should be a close one. I do like how stacked Jared's team is otherwise, so I'm going with Jared. Next, we've got Schneids versus Carey Segroy. Stevenson catching more passes recently, which is a good sign. And playing against Miami, theoretically, they're going to be down. Maybe he'll be getting some more of those passes, but we'll see. Love Gross as a Packers fan. Yeah, not feeling him. Like he had a good start, but guess what? His true colors are starting to show through, but we'll see. But Hawk, yeah. Chase, heck yeah. Hawk, yeah. On the other side, Cousins, solid, against Green Bay. I think you run it against Green Bay. I mean, Minnesota's always done that against them. I mean, Dalvin Cook, has just feasted on them. It's a different run scheme, so we'll see. But Cousins should be solid. And ETN, I mean, he had 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games? Is that what I saw? Does he keep it going? If Hayward's out, maybe. But if he plays, I don't know. We'll see. But Deontay in a good spot because Jacksonville, you got to throw against them. Ew on Njoku, ew on Rondale, edge to Schneids. Next, we got the champ against Andy. Good start with Andy, with Josh going off, but question marks at running back. Darrell Henderson and DeMarcado. I mean, I guess, I don't know. That ain't for me, but he's got good spots for his wide receivers. I think that they're going to be pretty solid this week. On the other side, I do like Burrow. San Francisco, tough against the pass, but we saw what Cousins did last week, so I'm not worried. Week to prepare. Jamar Chase. Chase feasted. What was it? 2021. I think it was the last week of the regular season against Kansas City, and he went for however many yards and 3 touchdowns, 50 points or something against Charvarius Ward. Guess who he lines up against this week? Because Charvarius Ward's now on the 49ers. Pierce and Gus, I don't think they're anything amazing, but they should be solid this week. Good matchups. Pierce against Carolina, run defense. Garbage. That's garbage. Goddard, last time against Washington, just 2 for 25. He's been coming on a little bit more recently, so that's good. But I think it's closer than the projections have him right now. But I like Andy to win. Me against Olin. Gino, he's trash, and he's going against Cleveland defense. Jacobs is a shell of himself. He's shuffling his feet before he gets to the line. It's garbage. Pacheco, though, I mean, I guess they're calling. I saw Schefter tweeted out calling for a lot of snow in that game, which probably is good for the run game, I would imagine. Especially a guy like Pacheco that just likes to freaking try to pound through people. We'll see. He's a fierce runner. AJ gonna eat. I think I'm using him in DFS for sure. Last time against Washington, just crushed it. Shaheed, not so much. Ayuk, probably. Fred Warner, definitely. On my side, I just talked about the snow. Russell Wilson, I might have to change him out. Russell Wilson, Najee against tough run defense. I already talked about Jacksonville run defense. Same with B-Rob against Philly. I mean, Cup needs to step it up. It's not enough. Olin gets the win. Bradley versus Joe. Yikes again, Bradley. That's the theme of the year. Prescott's garbage. Akers is as well. And Hunt was looking like a good play until Ford seemingly seems like he may be all right. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. But, I mean, I still think Hunt's solid, but it was going to be better if Ford was out. Do love Garrett Wilson this week. I think he goes over a hundo easily. Again, Snow, Mahomes for Joe. But, you know, Mahomes, like, he don't really throw it deep, so he can still check it down, you know, to Rice, to Kelsey. Tony's been ghost. I was so high on Tony going into the year. Poor guy. Anyways, he's got Aaron Jones healthy, even though LaFleur says, oh, yeah, we're still going to be, he's not 100%. Aaron Jones had no injury designation, so I don't know, whatever. Mostert's been on fire. Pickens in a good spot again. Just like with Deontay, you got to throw against Jacksonville defense. And then a tough defensive battle with Edwards and Hicks there, the 6th and the 7th linebackers on the season. Bradley, as you can imagine, I'm predicting Joe to win. Next, we got Patty against Carey. Dunlap. Brock should be good to go. Diagnosed with a concussion on the plane and then put in the concussion protocol and then clears it like 3 or 4 days later. Don't put him in the concussion protocol if it's not a concussion. Or just don't call it the concussion protocol. Be like, call it the we're worried about his head protocol. Because, like, some guys are not playing for 2-3 weeks. And other guys, like Purdy, apparently, are just back. And it's like, if he had concussion symptoms, and how is he coming back so quick? San Francisco's getting that preferential treatment. Don't overlook Barkley either. Keenan Allen, Kiki, yes, love him. Love Flowers, got him in my DFS lineup. Love St. Brown as well. Wow, guys got a good squad. And best linebacker in the game to boot. On the other side, Tua and Hill stack, or combo, whatever you want to call it. Man, Patty's got to be like, please, like, blow him out with Mostert on the ground and then pull Tua and Hill from the game, right? Like, that's the path to victory for Patty. Madison already said, you know, I like Madison, or I like Minnesota to run against Green Bay. I don't know why, like, I hate Minnesota, and then they just always feast on Green Bay on the ground. But she's chasing Donta Foreman. Everyone knows it. Roschon's the guy. Like, he fell into those touchdowns with, like, she's got lucky. She's got a solid team. I'm not going to deny that, but edge to Patty. Lastly, we got Tom against Lehrman. Lawrence, he's been steady. Hasn't really hit his ceiling, but he's been solid. I mean, he hasn't played the way you would want him to have played. He's not really, heating up and having those huge games. And Bijan, man, after last week, it's tough. Like, man, I don't know what to say. I got him in another league, and he's frustrating because even before last week, like, why aren't they using him more? Like, he's on the field, and everything seems electric. I don't know. Arthur Smith's an idiot. Swift's solid, and Ridley really needs a bounce back week here. Solid team, and he had a good start with Gabe Davis and Kincaid. Laird, not the start he wanted with Tyler Bass. But Lamar's been fire. I think Brees going to eat. I mean, I like Brees. I like Garrett Wilson. That's the offense there, and the Jets. I think the Jets beat the Giants pretty handily. Got Addison and Lamb at receiver, and then theoretically Pitts as a third receiver with Reed as a fourth, I guess. Because Pitts, I mean, he's not even been lining up at tight end. Jonnu's been there. Van Jefferson at the slot now. And Pitts has just been lining up as a receiver. London and Pitts. So Addison, Lamb, Pitts, and Reed. I don't know. You can't have a weak spot against Tom's squads, and so I think he's got weak spots. And so, therefore, I think Tom takes it. All right, so we've got Jair, we've got Schneids, we've got Andy, Olin, Joe, Patty, and Tom. I apologize to the ladies, but apparently I don't think you guys are going to win. Sorry, Carrie. Sorry, Bradley. All right, good luck this week, guys.